Jump right into it here with cleaning a Nintendo 64 controller. I've had these controllers since I was a kid. Well, if you watched the last video, you know that I took the Nintendo 64 itself apart, cleaned it up and everything. More preventive maintenance than necessity. Yeah, these controllers are old and funky, and for whatever reason, sometime back I thought it was cool looking to have swapped the halves of the shells around. Like, I have a gray one and a translucent purple controller for the Nintendo 64, and I decided while going through the process of cleaning these up and everything to go ahead and swap them back to original. Well, except for the gray controller, I actually wound up putting in a replacement thumbstick for that, but that'll be in a coming video. Was gonna do it all in one video, but I think this one was like 14 minutes or something on its own, just going through the cleaning and stuff, so I wound up deciding against that. As always, the reliable companion to have when cleaning controllers and consoles and stuff is isopropyl alcohol. I keep it in a little squirt bottle. I bought it like the dollar store now for $1. It was like a 2-pack. I find that I've made less messes with that bottle than trying to dump it out of a big bottle. And I always break the controllers down to the front of the shell and the back of the shell for this controller, and the like buttons and stuff. I always just wash those off in a sink, and I don't record it because it's just washing them off in a sink like you'd wash dishes. I use dish soap even, and I find that it works pretty good. Not always the best for trying to get into like the nooks and crannies. I've started actually using a big like plastic scrubber brush for some of the parts, and other than that you can just use a sponge or whatever, and I find that the stuff comes out usually pretty clean. This back shell here had some broken looking pieces of something. I couldn't figure out anywhere that it would have come from the controller, so I don't really know. But here I could take a toothbrush and kind of clean into the corners and stuff. And then the biggest key after that is just making sure everything is dry. You can let them set to dry. I tend to towel dry them, and will take a can of air, compressed air canister, whatever, and spray out the little nooks and crannies. And I've found that that always gets them very dry, so I can instantly get right back to putting stuff back together. Got 3 kids, so if I left parts and stuff setting out too long, something's definitely gonna get lost. So there's the back plate, nice and dry and clean. I've been finding that with the face plates or the front part of controllers, like where the buttons specifically go through, even with the big brush and the sponge and everything, I can't really get into those, like where the buttons come through the circles. So I've been, after the fact, after the wash, cleaning them with a Q-tip and some alcohol in it. Helps to get all that nastiness out of there, especially on older controllers. So yeah, I think it's turned out pretty good just for having a quick wash with some dish soap. And it's just to dry all the buttons and stuff and put them back in. Usually the face buttons on controllers are keyed. They've got little tabs on the motherboard side that make sure that the buttons can only go in a particular way. There's some canned air on the small parts, you know, like I was saying, blowing out the nooks and crannies to make sure there's no droplets of water in there. Recording this first thing in the morning, listening to it rain outside, makes me want to go back to bed. I've procrastinated on these videos long enough though. Didn't mean for them to turn out that way, but it has, and I could explain why, but I'm not sure that I want to. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I only got like 5 subscribers on TECHNOBABBLE anyway, so if you find yourself to be new here, I will try to keep content coming. This channel of the 3 that I've got going will probably be the slowest after a certain point for getting new content, because I just can't afford new technology all the time. Game Despo, as he has chosen his username to be, is supposed to be working on a video for you all. And that was kind of the hope. It's like we could, work together, and we're supposed to have done live streams where we ramble about tech and news and gaming stuff and all that, and we just haven't ever sorted it out yet. I was definitely hoping for that to come around sooner, but conflicting schedules and stuff haven't made that work out very well. The fiddliest bit with putting the 64 controller back together is the bumpers or shoulder buttons. Because there's really not much on the controller itself, the way that the shell, the housing is made to hold those in while you're trying to put it back together. But there it is, everything all nice and cleaned up. Still a functional controller. I wound up replacing the thumbstick in this one specifically because it didn't register a full press forward. So like playing The World Is Not Enough, he wouldn't run, he would just kind of walk because it wouldn't register a full press forward. I have since actually taken apart the joystick housing and cleaned it out. I've not tested it because I just wanted to test the new joystick that I got, which will be the next video to come out on TECHNOBABBLE. I'm probably going to go straight into doing the voiceover for it after doing this video and getting those videos ready to go up this week. Yeah, I wound up fighting with the shoulder buttons and the cable for the controller, so I time lapsed that to get it going. And then it's just a matter of putting the screws in. I wanted to keep as much in these videos as possible without, not showing what was actually going on. I want them to be as informative as possible, even though my voiceovers are mostly going to be rambly nonsense because it's what they've always been. Yeah, there it is. Nice and clean. I do wind up taking some isopropyl alcohol and cleaning off the cable as well. I need to replace the batteries in my memory cards. And for some reason I time-lapsed it because I just kind of sat there and stared at it for a while. And cleaning off the cable. This thing's sit around for years now. Had no love or attention or nothing. Felt pretty good about getting it back out, cleaning it up and everything. And that's pretty much it. So this has been a rambly TECHNOBABBLE video about cleaning up a Nintendo 64 controller. The next one will be replacing the joystick. And I hope everyone is doing well. This has been Valhalla's Demise on TECHNOBABBLE. And as always, remember to be safe and be good. Hope to catch you in the next one.